You're waiting to feel ready, but readiness never comes. You tell yourself, not yet. You need to be more prepared, more skilled, more confident. But days turn into months. And life? It just slips by, doesn't it? How many brilliant ideas have you kept tucked away in a drawer, waiting for that magical moment when you'd finally feel ready? You feel this pain, don't you? This silent paralysis that stops you from taking the first step. We seek perfection even before we start, and in doing so we lose ourselves. But Taoism whispers a different, ancient, and liberating truth. You don't need to feel ready to begin. True readiness isn't a state you achieve, it's a path you build, step by step. And today, we're going to unravel this illusion together. If this message has already resonated with you, subscribe to the channel now and walk this path of wisdom with us. It's just one click, and you're already one step ahead. The illusion of readiness, the not yet trap. We've been programmed to believe there's a finish line before the starting gun, that we need to accumulate diplomas, courses, experiences, perfect tools, and then, finally, be fit to do what calls us. But tell me, how many times has this relentless pursuit of readiness paralyzed you? Think with me, when you learned to walk, did you wait for a quantum physics lesson on balance? Of course not. You fell again, and again, until imperfectly, wobbling, you took the first step, and then another. What the Tao Te Ching teaches us is that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It seems simple, but the depth here is colossal. It's not about the 1,000th step, it's about the first. It's about the courage to be a beginner, to be raw. How many times have you postponed a dream, a project, an important conversation because you felt it wasn't the right time yet? The not yet is the biggest lie we tell ourselves. It traps you in a cycle of inaction where waiting becomes your greatest enemy. And the worst part, every day you wait, you're not getting more prepared. You're just getting used to not doing. Think about that. The power of imperfect beginnings, Wu Wei, and the flow of action. If readiness is an illusion, what's the antidote? The answer lies in one of the most beautiful principles of Taoism, Wu Wei, no action. No, it's not about doing nothing. Quite the opposite. Wu Wei is about action without excessive effort, about flowing with things rather than forcing them. It's doing what needs to be done at the right time without internal resistance. Think of a river. It doesn't push the water forward. It simply flows, finding its way through obstacles, adapting. It's nature in its most efficient and powerful form. When you surrender to Wu Wei, you free yourself from the need to be perfect. You understand that the process is the preparation itself. Every attempt, every mistake, which are really just feedback, shapes you, teaches you. The master isn't one who never fails, but one who fails and learns with passion. Imagine your project, your idea, your desire. Start. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be big. Just start. Take the first smallest possible step. Write the first sentence. Make the first call. Watch the first lesson. The energy you release by taking that imperfect first step is 1,000 times more potent than all the energy spent on anxiety for a readiness that never arrives. What can you start right now that has been waiting for you for too long? Finding your ikigai in movement, purpose beyond preparation. And how does all this connect to your purpose? To your ikigai? Ikigai, for the Japanese, is your reason for being, what makes your life worthwhile, the convergence point between what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. But here's the secret. Your ikigai isn't something you find on a shelf after you're ready. It reveals itself to you as you move. It is refined in experience, in action, in attempts, and in learning. You don't discover what you love by doing endless research. You discover it by doing, experimenting, feeling. You don't discover what you're good at by reading books about skills. You discover it by practicing, failing, adjusting. When you break free from the prison of readiness and embrace Wu Wei, you open yourself to the continuous discovery of your ikigai. It is in the doing that purpose manifests. It is in interaction with the world that your passions are refined, your talents stand out, and your contributions become visible. Stagnant, waiting, you are a masterpiece kept in darkness. Acting even imperfectly, you become the work itself, in constant creation. Are you waiting for your ikigai to appear in a flash of divine light, or will you start building it step by step from today? What small action can you take now that brings you closer to your ikigai, even minimally? True mastery, the path of the continuous doer. So true mastery isn't a static state of perfection achieved after years of preparation. True mastery is a continuous process of doing. It's the discipline of starting, even with fear, even with doubt. It's the courage to be vulnerable and to learn in public in motion. Lao Tzu reminds us that the great square has no corners, the great vessel has no final shape, the great note is rare, great talent ripens late. This tells us that perfection is fluid, that learning is eternal. There is no end where you will be absolutely ready. Life is the school itself. Embrace your initial imperfection. Celebrate every small beginning. Trust the process, the universe, the Tao, the flow of life. It supports you when you get in motion. Readiness is a mirage. Action, even if tiny, is your compass. Remember, the fear of not yet is more paralyzing than any mistake you might make. The greatest loss is not failure, but non-attempt. Start, adjust, learn, repeat. This is the cycle of true mastery. This is the path of the continuous doer. Today, we've unraveled the biggest illusion preventing us from living fully, waiting for readiness. We understood that imperfect action is the true portal to mastery, to the revelation of our ikigai, and to the fluidity of Wu Wei. From now on, when the voice of not yet arises, remember, it's just an echo of an old conditioning. Silence it with a first step, however small. The path reveals itself as you walk. Readiness is built in the doing. May the wisdom of the Tao Te Ching guide you to presence, to the here and now of the first step. Not in the past that trapped you, nor in the future that makes you anxious, but in the transformative power of this exact moment. If this message has touched your soul, if it resonated with your journey, comment "I restart" below. Leave your mark, like this video, so it can reach more people who need this liberation. And of course, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Let's walk together, unraveling the wisdom that truly matters. This message could change someone's life. Until next time, and may the flow be with you.